Hello everybody, my name is Rebekah. Welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be all about maturing, growing up, aging, getting older, whatever you want to call it. But it's just going to be all about things that I've learned throughout my time, in life. I'm only 18 years old, but even in those 18 years I've been through a lot of things, hard times, just experienced a lot of different kinds of things in my life at 18 years old. So these are just things that I've learned and that I've taught myself and that I would really have liked someone to tell me, so I really want to share them with you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that I have written on my notes here, I have my handy dandy notes, of course. So the first thing I have on here is growing up is accepting people for who they are and realizing you're the only person you have control over. You can't control what other people say or do. You can only control yourself, and you can only control how you react. I've realized this from my parents. My parents have told me this a million times. I've always disregarded it pretty much, and now I've realized that it's really true. Like, you cannot control what other people do or say. You can only control how you react to what they do or say. And it's really hard sometimes because you really want to just control people, manipulate people. Like, it's a human instinct to want to do that, but that's not healthy. It's not going to lead to a good relationship with that person. And you realize that as much as you want to control other people, you can only control yourself, and you can only control your own actions. So if you do what you personally can do to the best of your abilities, that's the best you can do. That's all you can do. So I think that just part of growing up is realizing that you can't control other people and you can only control yourself. Another aspect of maturing is being productive, and though that it is important, that's not just getting work done. It's also having productive conversations in which all the parties of the conversation come to a compromise or a resolution that meets everyone's needs. It's also creating a schedule for yourself in order to accomplish things at a reasonable pace. I feel like I've always struggled to be productive because I've always struggled with depression and not being motivated, and it's really hard to pick yourself up when you don't feel motivated. But just being productive is just part of being an adult. Like, you have responsibilities as an adult, and you can't be lazy. Just because you're unmotivated doesn't mean that you can't push yourself to do those things, because you have to. It's part of being an adult, pushing yourself. When you're a child or an adolescent, you have your parents to help you out and to push you, but when you're an adult, you do have external motivators for sure, like your friends, family, significant other, whatever. But part of being an adult is using yourself as a motivation. I think that it's important to create a schedule for yourself and to be organized and keep your brain organized, keep your environment organized, keep your notes organized for school or work or whatever. If you keep everything organized, then your mind will obviously be organized, and that will lead to accomplishing more. And I'm gonna get to this point later, but rewarding yourself after you get things done will just lead you to want to get more things done. So yeah, and having productive conversations is really important too. I think it's really important, like if you're having a problem or a conflict with a person or with your family in general or with your significant other, with your friend group, whatever, you need to sit down with that person or group of people, and you need to talk to them and be honest with them and just say it straight up, say it blunt, and have a productive conversation with them. Don't get hostile, don't get upset, don't get excited, just stay calm, stay productive, stay mature, and that's part of growing up. So another aspect is making your own decisions. Part of being mature is thinking before you act or speak. You decide what you say and do based off your own principles and standards. Children often heavily rely on their parents or other adults to make their choices for them because they don't know how to do it themselves. Part of getting older is making those decisions yourself. I have always been the worst decision maker, like when it comes to food and when it comes to what I want to do or whatever. I am just the worst at making decisions. But once I started driving, like that requires a lot of quick decisions, and I realized that I needed to be able to make those quick decisions in order to not get into a car accident. So I think that part of being an adult is just realizing that you have to make your own decisions for yourself and set your own principles and standards and use those principles and standards to make your decisions. And making your own decisions is just part of being an adult, part of having a responsibility. Another aspect of growing up is maintaining a clean, organized environment, as I was talking about earlier. It's very difficult to be productive in a cluttered, disorganized environment. Part of maturing is keeping a space you can make your sanctuary, where you can get shit done but also relax. I have a rule that I established based off of articles I've read, and it's basically basically your bed is supposed to be for sleep and sex. That is it. You're not supposed to do work on it or eat on it. It's supposed to be for the two S's, sleep and sex. And I use this futon for everything else, or my desk, or whatever. But I use my bed for sleep and sex. And I just do my work on my futon, or I film my videos. I have a little pull-over desk thing here that I can do my work on. I have a desk over there with my TV on it, but there's still space on it that I can do shit on. But yeah, just separate your work from your play, you know what I mean? But that's just another part that goes into this. But keeping your room, like your bedroom or your apartment or your living room or your basement or whatever, your sanctuary, wherever you hang out the most. Making it your sanctuary is very important to keeping a healthy mind and being productive. Being productive is reliant on having a healthy mind. So this will allow for high productivity levels and a better mindset overall. Clean environment equals clean mind. So I would just say that making sure your environment is clean. I always make sure my room is clean now. I went through a very long period of time where I was very depressed and I could not keep my room clean. And now that as soon as Halloween started, I feel like I wanted to decorate for Halloween and I was like, my room is a mess. I need to clean it before I decorate anything. So I just deep cleaned it and now it's spotless and there's Halloween decorations and it's gonna be changed for winter, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever holiday season. I just feel like I need to keep it a clean slate in order to decorate. Oh, that rhymed. But also at the same time, not just for decorations, it's just another perk of it, but just to keep my mind clean and my productivity levels up. So another aspect is maintaining healthy relationships. I have a whole video I did with my boyfriend Theo that I just uploaded explaining how we maintain our healthy and strong relationships. So you can watch that for a more in-depth explanation as to how to maintain a healthy romantic relationship. However, a friendship or a relationship with a family member or authority figure, whatever, are relationships as well. Maintaining healthy relationships as best you can, doing the best of what you can control and what you can do with your friends and family are crucial in maturing as well. Part of being an adult and maturing is realizing you cannot resort to isolation. It's not healthy, it's not productive, it's not safe, it's not good. You can't isolate yourself. You have to talk to people and be honest with people and interact with people, and that's just part of life. And if you bottle things in and suppress things, that is going to make things so much worse for you and for people around you who are noticing you're struggling and you're not telling them, and then it's frustrating them and you don't even know that it's frustrating them if they're not telling you, because you're not telling them. Why would they tell you how they're feeling? You know what I mean? So you have to be honest with people and maintain healthy relationships with your friends, with your significant others, and with your family members, and with your teachers, and whoever else is in your life. Just maintaining healthy relationships is very important. And like I said, I have a whole video on how to maintain healthy romantic relationships that I did with my boyfriend. So yeah, so another part of aging is learning from your past mistakes. Don't repeat your past mistakes or ideas that didn't work. Try new things until you find a reasonable solution. Don't keep repeating the same thing that doesn't work, because I tend to do that myself, and my mom does that. I know a lot of people that do that because it's not uncommon, but you can't keep repeating the same common mistake over and over again and expecting a different result. That's insanity. So try new things until you find a solution that works. Don't dwell on the past either. That's not productive or healthy. Just extract the moral you learned from the experience. So the next one is don't be a disrespectful asshole. Simply put. But to expand on that, when you get older, you realize the nicer and less annoying you are to people, the more you're going to benefit yourself. And it's not selfish to want something in return when you do a good deed for someone. It's common decency to return the favor. But don't always expect it either, because not everyone cares. However, if someone doesn't treat me with the same respect I treat them with, I'm not going to be as generous. You get the point. I'm not going to be generous to people who aren't generous to me. Like, that's not fair to me. So I have standards, and I used to let people walk all over me, and I used to let people use me all the time, and it was killing me. I didn't even realize it, or I was in denial or whatever. I feel like I was in denial, honestly, and then I realized it and I still let it happen. And after I stopped letting it happen, I just felt so much better about myself. I felt liberated. So you can't let people use you. You have to treat people the way you want to be treated and treat people the way they treat you. So my last point for this video is actually going to be what I mentioned earlier, which is to reward yourself for your successes and don't punish yourself for your failures. Part of growing up is learning new things every day. I can go in depth on that, but I'm not going to. You truly do learn new things every day, and part of growing up is picking up on those things and retaining them. But one of those things I learned is that you can't beat yourself up when things don't work out the way you want. I do that all the time. You have to accept and realize that failed projects usually lead to the inspiration for the best ones. Reward yourself for your accomplishments. It's not always easy to get things done, especially when suffering from depression. So when you do, and you reward yourself with a good movie or treat or bong pack, you'll inherently be more motivated to do that cycle again. The cycle of accomplishing things and then getting a reward. I don't think I need to expand on that anymore. That's pretty self-explanatory in there. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys find this advice helpful. I personally would have really liked to have been told these things when I was younger, so I hope you guys find it helpful. So if you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, and share this video and my channel to those you think might be interested, and leave me comments down below. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Love you. Bye.